Okay, folks, I did it. It's over. It's in Galerie Halit. Where is it? Here it is. Galerie Halit. And this is the use of the people, and you can see them. It was in the back of that gallery. It was in the back of that gallery. I managed to write or sketch out this story by around 3:00 in the afternoon, and then I had to leave at 3:30 or 3:45. I left probably at 4, and so I had a half an hour to an hour to practice it or try to figure out how to tell the story. And in my practice, it took like an hour. But when I got here, I did it in 40 minutes. So that's perfect. It's not perfect, but it's, you can sit for 40 minutes, right? And I think it worked. It's a little bit long in the middle. I gotta work on that, I think. But it works. They liked it, and I told it fairly efficiently, and they went with it. And it's a sad story about a young boy and a young girl who love each other in a kind of a friendly way. They're 10 years old, and on Christmas, and it's also about death. And all those elements I put in the final. By the way, the final elements that I chose and used for the fairy tale elements was the feather of the phoenix, which I think was one of the suggestions. Feather of the phoenix, a magic mirror, and what was that other thing? Feather phoenix, magic mirror, and see, I can't remember more than two items at the same time. The third thing was. The tears. Oh, this was also a suggestion, I think. It was one of your suggestions. The tears of a happy person. The tears of a tear of a happy person. And it worked. I think it worked. So thanks, guys. Thanks for your help. I will try to. Let me tell you what the story is. The story is basically, I wrote a story some time ago about a cat story, and which I really liked, and it worked as a structure. The core story worked with a cat, and I thought, and it was on Christmas. It was a Christmas story with a cat, and it's a really nice, sad Christmas story with a cat, and it worked. People liked it. So I thought, I could expand it to make it not about cats but about human beings, and make a Christmas novel out of it, a short novel, like maybe 150 pages. For Christmas, because that's what you want to do as a writer. The one of those things you want to do once in your life is write a Christmas story, right? So I've always played with it, how to do that, how to work it out. And then when this opportunity came, my friend Matthias, one of his readers, who was supposed to read modern fairy tales, got sick. And so he called me and said, why don't you do it? And so I said, and he said, you have a half an hour? And I said, okay, this is an opportunity. I'm going to force myself to write the story, get the details of the story down. So it goes beyond just kind of a general idea of the story down to the concrete details. And now I have the concrete details of the story. For the written version, I will have to work it out, flesh it out, change a lot of things, make the middle part more interesting. Got to do that. And this version I just told. I just stood there and told the story, and there was more humor in it than I thought it would be. It's a really depressing, sad story, actually, but there was humor in it. I got them to laugh a couple times, which is kind of strange, kind of amazing. But when you're standing there, when you're doing it live, you're standing there. It's like a defense. There's a defense mechanism where you tell a joke or put in some kind of a joke, something funny, because to make them laugh, just because. You're scared to death of them, of bombing, of dying up there. So it was strange. It surprised me that there's humor in it, or can be humor in it. Okay, anyway, so guys, thanks for your help. You guys helped me, especially with all these suggestions that came up. It really was a help, and I worked in a lot of the suggestions, and I will try to, I don't know, next year after, whatever, I will try to write a written version of it and get it published in English in 150, maybe 200 pages, 150 pages, a Christmas novel, a sad Christmas novel about love and death. Take care, everyone. Have a good evening. Have a good weekend. Bye-bye.